On August 6, during the peak of the summer travel season, the Xiata Scenic Area in Zhaosu County, Xinjiang region, was crowded with visitors. The popular General Bridge, a suspension bridge in the area, was packed with tourists enjoying the view. Yet, without warning, one of the bridge's support cables suddenly snapped, causing the deck to tilt sharply. Tourists on the bridge slipped off en masse, resembling dumplings sliding down a slope, creating a terrifying scene.
We just fell down. The bridge collapsed. From the river, I think there are still people who got swept over there. Is anyone in the water? Just slowly crawl over here.
People got swept away by the current. They've gone down there for rescue. Can you see it? That spot. At the time of the accident, there were 29 people on the bridge. Several fell into the cold, fast-flowing glacial meltwater, while others were injured after hitting the rock pile below. The tragedy resulted in 5 fatalities, 2 serious injuries, and 22 minor injuries. The fatalities were mainly caused by drowning or fatal impacts during the fall. Witnesses stated that some victims were unconscious when rescued and required CPR. Many tourists were swept away by the river, causing family members to collapse in distress, crying out for their loved ones. While local authorities started a rescue operation promptly, the complex terrain and strong currents hindered the efficiency of the operation, causing critical time to be lost. The bridge was overcrowded during the accident, and strong winds were reported in the area. Some witnesses suggested that individuals may have intentionally shaken the suspension bridge to film short videos, which could have added to the instantaneous load on the structure, potentially accelerating the collapse. Following the incident, the scenic area was immediately closed to the public, and vehicles were prohibited from entering. However, the official phone lines for the area went unanswered. It wasn't until the early morning of the following day that an official statement was issued. Initially, the statement only mentioned awaiting further information, which sparked public dissatisfaction. A vlogger shared that they had recently visited the scenic spot and reminded everyone, no matter where you go, seeking temporary thrills is not worth it. Safety is the most important. Seeing this news, I'm really shocked and very sad. The shock is because just a few days ago, we were at the General Bridge, and my son ran across the bridge several times. Honestly, I felt it was very dangerous back then. I wasn't in the mood for fun. I quickly chased my son and made sure he stayed close to us. Thinking about it now, I'm still scared. My sadness doesn't need explanation. Many people traveled a long distance, maybe like me, bringing their families to Xinjiang. But never did they think that on the way back, they would have one family member missing. That feeling is so hopeless. To finish, I want to say 2 things. First, regarding the Xiata Scenic Area, I spent the whole day there with my wife and son. My feeling is that the management there is chaotic. After you buy your ticket, no one cares about you anymore. You can do whatever you want. You might think that's very carefree, right? You want to climb a mountain? You climb. You want to play in the water? You play. You want to run? You run. But have you ever thought about it? What if something happens on the way? There's no one around to help, let alone any staff. Tell me, brother, how helpless would you feel? Have you thought about that? Secondly, regarding the bridge's collapse, I checked. This bridge also collapsed last year. So I want to ask Xiata Scenic Area, if a bridge collapses once a year, is this a Tofu-Dreg project? It's terrifying when you think about it. In June 2024, just 14 months prior, the General Bridge had already experienced an incident where the main rope was damaged, causing the bridge to tilt. Back then, the scenic area promised to conduct a thorough investigation and make improvements. However, it's clear that these measures were not fully implemented. In this recent accident, the main load-bearing structure completely broke. One side of the bridge's cable snapped, causing several tourists to fall nearly 10 meters into the raging waters, resulting in severe consequences. The vlogger remarked that if the 2024 incident was a warning, the collapse of 2025 was a man-made disaster. The Xiata Scenic Area is known for its glacier canyon views, but the erosion of the bridge's foundation by glacial meltwater over the years has caused significant damage. The bridge's cables have been exposed to the humid environment for a long time, leading to the shedding of core layers and rust inside the steel cables, drastically reducing the bridge's load-bearing capacity. These issues should have been detected and addressed during regular maintenance checks, yet they resulted in repeated incidents, with human lives being the price paid. One blogger pointed out that many scenic areas in Xinjiang have safety risks, especially in water-related sections and infrastructure. It's not just the general bridge. Many other locations also have roads that pose risks to vehicles. Some scenic areas have outdated facilities and loose management. The blogger urged relevant authorities to take these issues seriously, warning that without timely improvements, similar accidents may continue to happen. In fact, in China, it's not uncommon for the same bridge to experience repeated accidents. For instance, in northern China, recent floods caused a collapse of the Chaobai River Bridge, also known as the Rainbow Bridge, in Shunyi District, Beijing, on July 29th. As the floodwaters receded, a video posted online showed that the middle section of the entire bridge had been washed away by the flood and had fallen into the river. Only the isolated arched support frame remained on the water's surface. This bridge already experienced problems before. On April 23rd, a video circulated online showing the collapse of the arched support frame beneath the Chaobai River Bridge. Not only did the bridge deck collapse, but thick smoke also emerged. The official explanation was that the fire started in the cables, leading to the incident. However, many netizens questioned it, believing the real problem was the collapse of the bridge's structure, which caused the cables to catch fire, rather than vice versa. The Chaobai River Bridge is a key hub connecting Beijing, Shunyi, and Pinggu. Built in 1999, it is the only medium-span bridge in the Beijing area. Chinese media pointed out that as early as 2017, the bridge's supports had already shown signs of shear deformation, aging cracks, bulging, and hollowing, among other issues. Netizens mocked that while the authorities claimed a lifespan of 100 years, it collapsed after just 20 years. A vlogger strongly criticized the construction quality of the Dule River Bridge in Pinggu District, Beijing. This bridge cost the country so much money, such a high price. After just a few years, with the slightest shake, the bridge collapses. What's the purpose of building this bridge? Isn't it supposed to withstand floods? This flood only comes once or twice a year, and the water hasn't even reached its peak. Yet the bridge collapses under such little pressure. Doesn't this count as a Tofu-Dreg project? I believe every year during the flood season, all bridges should be checked. Check who built it, who contracted the project, who was the contractor, who was supervising, and who was working on it. When the heavy rain and flood comes, all of you should stand on the bridge. No one is allowed to run. If it collapses again, it's your fault, not the public's. In response to the current closure and prohibition of access, he mocked, "Now, not even pedestrians are allowed on the bridge. Are they afraid it will collapse again? Is the bridge made of paper?" He further questioned whether the bridge's construction had a warranty, whether clear construction standards were followed, whether national regulations specified how deep the foundation should be, and what amount of water pressure and impact it should withstand. He also asked if there was a proper inspection and oversight mechanism in place. He pointed out that public projects like this often involve investments of hundreds of thousands, even millions of yuan. Yet the bridge collapsed despite the water level being still some distance away. This clearly indicates serious problems with the project. The blogger emphasized that when floods strike, it should not be the ordinary citizens who bear the consequences of a bridge collapse. He suggested holding the responsible individuals accountable and demanding an explanation as to why the project failed to meet national standards. Under the Chinese Communist Party's rule, China's infrastructure development has been fast, but is often marred by cost-cutting measures, leading to quality and safety concerns. Among these issues, the quality of road construction in China is particularly widespread, especially in rural areas. On August 5th, a villager in Hebei province posted a video accusing the newly paved cement road in his village of cracking into pieces. He measured it with a ruler and found that it was less than 4 centimeters thick. Such cement skins couldn't last more than a few days. On July 28th, a netizen posted a video showing that the road on Central Academy of Fine Arts Street in Yanjiao, Beijing, which had been newly repaired last year, collapsed after just one rain. On the same day in Zhuozhou, Hebei, a netizen discovered several large potholes on multiple roads, questioning the local road quality and warning people to be cautious. A similar incident occurred in Xinjiang, Shanxi, where a netizen filmed a newly repaired road that was about to open for traffic. However, when a dump truck passed over it, the road collapsed, and half of the truck sank into a hole. Upon closer inspection, the ground beneath was found to be empty. On July 13th, in Baijiawan, Guizhou, a blogger criticized the government's Tofu-Dreg roads, pointing out that the road was merely a thin layer of cement, with yellow mud underneath. In recent years, China's so-called high-standard farmland projects have also suffered from Tofu-Dreg engineering. On August 6, in Taizhou City, Jiangsu Province, a netizen filmed and exposed the true condition of the local high-standard farmland. The video prompted online comments questioning the project's quality and local authorities' level of oversight. On July 11th, in Shuanghe Village, Yibin City, Sichuan Province, a cement railing along the riverbank was washed away. Villagers posted videos questioning whether it was a Tofu-Dreg project, but the local authorities attributed the damage to a natural disaster. As for urban areas, the quality of housing is an even bigger issue. Videos show that the quality of high-rise residential buildings is concerning, raising doubts about the safety and construction standards. Look at the quality of this project now. Who's in charge of this? It's supposed to have a 70-year lifespan, but can it even last 7 years? Look, it's a high-rise. It's just the third year. How did it end up like this? The issue of Tofu-Dreg engineering in buildings begins with the production of bricks used for construction. I bought these bricks to build a house, but look at this. They just crumble with a single tap. On August 2nd, in Zhaosu County, Heze City, Mr. Qi purchased 200,000 red bricks from Shandong Jinyong Building Materials Co. Ltd. in Jinan City for building his house. Upon inspection, he discovered that many of the bricks had quality problems. Some were so fragile that they could be broken with just a hand. The manufacturer responded by saying they would compensate for any defective bricks. A man demonstrated the issue by breaking a brick with his hand to show the poor quality of the building materials. Today, I'm going to show you a special skill, breaking bricks with bare hands. See this? See it? The large number of Tofu-Dreg projects produced by enterprises in China have recently begun to affect Hong Kong. Historically, Hong Kong has used British or European standards for its railway construction. However, the planned cross-border Northern Link Railway, which will connect to the neighboring Shenzhen Huanggang port, is set to introduce mainland China's national standards for the first time. This has sparked Hong Kongers' concerns. The goal for the Northern Link project by Mass Transit Railway (MTR) is to complete the railway by 2034. Recently, the Hong Kong government signed an agreement with MTR, confirming that the project would fully adopt mainland China's railway construction standards, methods, and resources to improve efficiency and shorten the construction period. Shi Jianheng, the deputy director of the Hong Kong Transport Department's Railway Development Division, claimed in a Hong Kong TV program that China's infrastructure and railway technology has reached a world-leading level, with concrete and steel structural standards widely used in Belt and Road Initiative projects. However, in recent years, the CCP's Belt and Road Initiative has exported problematic projects abroad, which have been frequently exposed. Chinese state-owned enterprises such as China Railway and China Communications Construction participated in the reconstruction of the Novi Sad railway station in Serbia. In November 2024, just 3 years after the renovation, the station's roof collapsed, killing 16 people. On August 1st, Serbia arrested 11 individuals, including former infrastructure minister Tomislav Momirovic, on charges of issuing false invoices, resulting in a national budget loss of $115.6 million US. Chinese companies allegedly made an illegal profit of $18.8 million US. However, Serbia has not taken any significant action against the Chinese enterprises involved. In late March, during the Myanmar earthquake, a 30-story building under construction in Bangkok, Thailand, collapsed in an instant. Despite being located 800 to 1,000 kilometers from the earthquake's epicenter. The building, which was being constructed by the state-owned China Railway No. 10 Engineering Group (CREC), is part of a landmark Belt and Road project in Thailand. After the collapse, Thai authorities investigated CREC's Thai branch overseeing the building and found evidence of forged signatures from up to 30 engineers in the construction records. On August 7th, Thai prosecutors formally charged 23 individuals, including a senior executive from CREC. The Karuma Hydroelectric Power Station in Uganda, constructed by China National Water Resources and Hydropower Engineering Group, began construction in 2012. During the construction process, issues such as wall cracks and other defects emerged, causing delays. The project wasn't completed and activated until September 2024. The Neelam Jhelum Hydroelectric Power Station in Pakistan, built by China Guozhou Group Electric Power Co. Limited, began operation in 2018. However, in April 2022, it was forced to halt operations due to leakage in the pressure tunnel. Other than construction, the CCP has also exported problematic projects like trains under the Belt and Road Initiative. On the morning of August 4, 2025, Kuala Lumpur International Airport reported a technical failure with the aero train connecting passengers to the airport terminal. The train's doors failed to close properly, triggering the automatic shutdown safety mechanism, which caused the entire shuttle line to be paralyzed for about 15 minutes. Passengers had to switch to buses for transport. Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad confirmed the incident through a social media post on August 4th. A large number of photos and videos from the scene have circulated on social media, showing crowds of passengers waiting for shuttle buses. An X-platform user posted, questioning the reliability of the airport's systems, pointing out that despite the completion of a 456 million ringgit upgrade, the airport continues to face recurring issues, seriously affecting passenger confidence. The Kuala Lumpur International Airport aerotrain had previously been suspended due to frequent failures, with operations completely halted on March 2, 2023. After more than 2 years of inactivity, the aerotrain system resumed operations on July 1, 2025. However, just 3 days later, on the morning of July 4th, the system broke down again, marking at least 5 incidents of malfunction. The continuous failures have sparked dissatisfaction from both the Malaysian political sphere and the public. In response to the 456 million ringgit upgrade project, some political parties have called for the Ministry of Transport to take responsibility and establish a special committee to thoroughly investigate the root causes of the aerotrain's repeated disruptions. Su Yifeng, the Secretary General of United Malays International Organization, also questioned whether lapses or contractor errors exist in the maintenance works, emphasizing the need to fully assess the system's stability. Some Malaysian netizens questioned if the aerotrain was made in China. This is what happens when you do business with unreliable suppliers. Third parties must have made a big profit from this deal. According to public information, KLIA's new generation aerotrain is indeed manufactured by China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation, CRRC. In 2024, Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad received 3 new trains manufactured by CRRC, Pujin Alstom Transport Systems Co. Limited. Malaysian Transport Minister Lok Siu Fok praised the new aerotrain system when inspecting the assembly at the CRRC factory in Wuhu City, Anhui Province, claiming that the new train's larger window design would provide passengers with better visibility and the carriages would be brighter. In recent years, CRRC, the Chinese manufacturer, has aggressively expanded into the Southeast Asian market. Singapore's Bukit Panjang Light Rail has also adopted the company's new train model, C801B. However, shortly after the delivery of the trains in 2024, issues arose, forcing them to be returned to the CRRC factory in Anhui Province for modifications. While Singapore emphasized the issues would not affect the overall upgrade process, the quality controversy still attracted significant media attention. On December 18, 2022, a derailment occurred during trial operations of the construction of the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed rail is overseen by the China-Indonesian High-Speed Rail Company. An Indonesian parliament member responsible for transportation and infrastructure matters stated that the derailment proved that the safety and quality of Chinese high-speed rail projects are substandard. Veteran commentator Xu Jin remarked that the building collapse in Thailand serves as a warning to countries along China's Belt and Road Initiative, particularly Southeast Asian nations, which are often viewed as China's backyard. He suggested that distancing from the CCP will be the key to ensuring safety and stability.